Hello patrons, welcome to the Library of the Multiverse. Library of Dreams, Library of Imagination. My little corner of the multiverse, as it were. I'm your librarian slash informationist, however you want to look at it. For the night, Star Shadow VT, aka Star or Star Shadow, you can call me any of those. Or even Rob if you really feel like it. How y'all doing? Tonight, it is a Thursday, and it is one of those days already. Started out kind of bad. I almost overslept work. Somehow, I don't know whether I just shut off my alarm or what. It was really weird. But luckily, my cats got me up for too long, so I was only like half hour late. That's okay. It doesn't really matter. I don't go in or anything, so it's not that big of a deal. It was just more of a annoyance kind of thing, because you know I want to start work so I can be done on time instead of working a little bit later. But it's okay in the end. Got through it, got most of what I wanted to do today, because I got a little bit tomorrow I'm gonna have to pick up with, but it's all good. It's all good. So how y'all doing? Hopefully doing good, hopefully doing better, feeling good. Gonna play some Genshin tonight, do some weeb stuff. We haven't been doing any weeb stuff, so time to do a little bit. Of course, I'm watching a little bit of college hockey on the other monitor to keep an eye on my team, see how they're doing. Went down again. They were playing well at the end of the second period, and now they've gone down early in the last period. So, or at least early in the third. Hopefully, we can at least get it to overtime, if not win it outright. So gonna be slightly distracted a little bit here and there, trying to keep an eye on things, but yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a little bit because I am way behind on a lot of the character quests that are available, but we can talk about that in a minute. A lot of cool stuff coming out on through Shonen Jump, through the Manga Plus app. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of new manga coming out. There's just so much to read right now, even when things end, there's always something takes place. It's super exciting, so I hope if you're not paying attention to that and you're into manga, you should always be keeping up, because so much good stuff. But yeah, like I said, I picked up a bunch of new stuff. I'm actually opening it up now. I can't see what kind of stuff I can shout out here. This one. Did you hear what happened? It's the academia. We can call it. What's going on here? Oh yeah, that's what Valney. What have we got? Oh yeah, Service Wars. Is the new one that just come out. It's by the guy who did shoot, what is it called? I gotta look that up too. Is it Mitama Ghost Society or something like that? Mitama Security. Spirit Busters. It's by the same guy who did that, and that Spirit Busters was definitely a crazy off the wall gag manga. But if you're into that, you need to be reading this new one, Service Wars, because it's going to be in the same style. It is already ridiculous. It's already over the top. I already really like it. So I'm all about that. Also, Stand for Salvation, about some angels becoming idols to fight devils who are, or demons who are already idols, in a visual K-band. It's pretty silly. I like it. That one too. It's just added a whole bunch of stuff to it. Like characters and stuff to it, and it's been pretty funny. So those are a couple things that I've just been like, yeah, that's real cool. Always like adding new stuff. Always makes me excited. Seeing what else for what I'm looking at here. But yeah, for y'all that aren't reading Oshinoko, you should be reading that too. That is in the final arc, I believe, now. Like 114 chapters in now. Definitely check that one out. That one's really good. And of course, I cannot say enough good things about Marriage Toxin. And of course, one of my favorites, Medja Lumiere was it Corporation Limited? I think that's what the abbreviation is for. Magic Luminaire Co. Limited. Definitely good. It is a very good take on magical girls. Very interesting take. I would definitely recommend that one too. And of course, Dawn to Dawn. If you're not reading that one, just go and read it. Read it now. You should be reading it. If you're not reading it, go and read it right now. Stop watching any stream you're watching. Go and start reading that. It's amazing. It is super amazing. I'm trying to think of Shonen Jump stuff that is like I'm super excited about, but nothing. The newer stuff hasn't been like anything that I'm super excited about yet. There's been solid stuff. Cypher Academy is interesting. It has potential still. It's 18 chapters in now, and we're still getting there. I'm seeing potential. It's like it's pretty solid, but I'm not seeing anything that just jumped out at me yet. But I am enjoying it. There's the new one that just came out of the Gokuraku guy. I haven't started reading that one yet. I really should. I think it's a monthly one. We'll have to check that out to see how that is. I haven't started reading that. But yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff out there. And like I mentioned previously, I've started watching Danmachi again. The 3rd season was dubbed, so I'm in. I've been waiting for it. So I'm excited to see what we're gonna get there. I've watched the 1st season, which I'm watching again, like multiple times, like 4 or 5 times. I enjoy it each time, and I have the manga version that the 1st season covers, so I'm very well acquainted with it. I still enjoy it. 2nd season, I've only seen once, so I'm going to be excited to see that again. But it seems that one seemed to have really de-emphasized Hestia, who I did like as a character. I wanted to see where that would go. It kind of went more in the direction of like a harem, adventure harem kind of thing. So we'll see how that goes. So let's see what the 3rd season brings. I'll be interested and very interested. I know there's like dragon or something, dragon people or something. So, oh Jesus, hit the post. But yeah, it's very excited about that, and I gotta watch the 1st season of Spy Family 2. That's probably what's gonna follow this. Of course, I am all aboard Spy Family. I've been reading that one since the beginning, enjoyed it since the beginning. It is incredible. Like I think a lot of people miss kind of the appeal of it and thinking, oh, it's just a little quirky story about things, but they kind of miss just why it hits so hard. Ugh. But so I'm interested to see what the anime adaptation is gonna be, because Spy Family is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And I'm sad World Trigger's on a extra month hiatus, so it's gonna be 2 months before we see the next chapter, or in a really interesting arc that I really am digging in their prep for going into the neighborhood and their selection process. It's really interesting. There's not much happening, but it's interesting. We're seeing some characters, we're getting some characterization, and that's never a bad thing, I think, right? All right. Before I get too distracted here by this, as the game's still 10 minutes left too. There we go. Here we go. There's some Genshin. This is my number 1 team here. Actually, let's switch to my number 1 team, because that's what I should do. Of course, Rain Shogun. I had stopped actually using Lumine and Female Traveler, but Dendro has brought me back, and so I need a healer. Water healer, of course, goes well with Animo, or not Animo, but Dendro, and so Barbara is pretty big for that. So you'll kind of see me do a few things here, but so I got a bunch of quests. I'm kind of behind an Archon quest because they want me to do a bunch of quests. That's the Kazuha one. Can I do that? Oh, I can actually do that. I'm not gonna do that yet, as a matter of fact. We're gonna do... because I don't think I can do Kazuha's either yet. Or can I? Oh, I can. So do we want to do Kazuha, or we want to do... Oh, hold on. Or do we want to do the Mona quest, which I haven't done either? Or actually, this one is... Not, that's not Mona. Or did I do one quest? I've forgotten. I forgot which one's what. Great, no, this is... Yamiko's, I believe. Kokomi's. Ganyu. Oh, I'm in the middle of doing Ganyu's, aren't I? Or am I? Did I start this one? I don't remember now. Who's this one? Man, some of these I'm not even 100% sure. Let's see. But yeah. So we do have the Mona quest still to do because we have not done it. Zhongli, we haven't done. Oh, we have to do all of Zhongli still. See, Child and Ganyu, Kokomi. We don't have that one open. Yamiko, we haven't even opened up for Yelan. Kazuha, Tainari. We got a ton here to do. So I need to catch up because I usually don't have time. Usually, if I'm playing, I have enough time to do either just like get my dailies done, or not even all my dailies. I just do like the first couple, and event stuff. If there's event stuff, I'll make time to do event stuff to get all that stuff. But I usually don't have time to push forward to do a lot here. So actually, do we want to get and push forward? We probably should actually push forward then to in order to get through the Archon quests. So maybe we should do Kazuha first then. Let's do Kazuha first. It's probably the smartest thing. Yeah, let's do Kazuha. I know everyone loves Kazuha. I don't have Kazuha. I play Waifu Impact. I don't play Husbandos like a lot of people do. Sorry. I'm Waifu Impact only. I play with waifus only. The only one that has any levels out of the male characters is Kaya. He's up to level 9 because I needed a nice character early in the game.
Since we first set foot on Inazuma.
But yeah, he's the only one that's gotten any levels, and I have a couple. Wait, no, do I only have, is Diluc the only 5-star male I got? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So you're gonna start like throwing teams at me. Then remember, it's Waifu Impact. This is not, so there's no Bennett's. Bennett, bench it, more like. We ain't seen Bennett. I don't like Bennett anyway. Razor, I ain't seen no Razor. Razor could be on the bench too. Jinchu, nope. Bench. Just don't even mention him. Oh, he's like one of my least favorite characters actually.
So many things have happened since then.
Oh, there have been many memorable events. That is true.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
More than you know, Paimon. More than you know.
So, where should we go today?
Right here.
Huh? What's up?
Uh-oh. The hell? Someone's coming, Paimon. Someone's coming. Who is it, though?
Hey!
Sudden attacker. Oh, okay. Well, you're dead. Just remember, I forget to use my burst all the time, but boom. You want a piece of this? Oh, this is what we're gonna do. I could hit him with the... Oh, that was some bullshit. I thought I dodged it. Oh, well, a little bit of that too. You're not kidding. Oh, I thought for sure. What the? Oh, you got away.
Oh, so you don't have a vision after all.
Well, everyone else does, but correct. Don't have a vision. We're just that badass.
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
You got that dark ass sword. How about you die?
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Yeah, and how could you see out of that helmet? I don't get it.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Yeah, he's much cooler than you are.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animal vision.
Bro, tons of people carry a sword. We're not the only ones. Bro, come on now. Also, we're not even using animo, so yeah, bro, it's just like you're totally wrong in every sense of the word right here, man. Actually, maybe I should be on the other side for this. Yeah, there we go. I should probably cover up my UID actually. So why are you looking for him?
That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
That's rude. Why can't we finish kicking his ass?
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase.
I agree with you.
Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
I like it. Very smart. For once. Haha.
Don't be mean. I'm unsmart lots of the time.
Exit out. Exit out, people.
Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go find Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back.
Actually, I have a hunch. I'm glad someone does.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
I think this guy may have a special connection to What? Come on, Lumine. That is...
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Can't say for sure, but I feel like their fighting styles are kind of similar. Really? Oh,
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
I mean, to Paimon maybe, and to me. What the...
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger. Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Sure thing. Sure thing. A strange and friendless road. Sounds like a plan. I guess since I'm sitting here, standing here, we can go just get this chest because I haven't done that apparently. Didn't realize I haven't done it.
Shine down! Incinerate!
And that should do it. Perfect. Perfect.
There is no
No,
escape.
that's not what I was trying to do. That's the wrong button. Oops.
Take them.
All right,
I have no need.
let's go. Dun, dun, dun. That's not much of a boat. This is dude. Ciao.
Hey! Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
2?
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha.
Seems kind of weird.
If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh,
Makes sense.
so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
That he did. That was pretty badass.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
You could compare it to the technique Beto used to strike down Haishin.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved.
That was a long time ago, though.
He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
After all, the Raiden Shogun's mindset has changed. You were just talking to her, dude.
Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Huh? Huh? What crowd? I'm looking for people. Not seen any. But yeah, see, Raiden Shogun right here. It's the Raiden Shogun. She's here. Up in everyone's business. Wait. I was thinking it was up here and it's not, is it? I was completely wrong about where I needed to go. Are we gonna go talk to ourselves? Tim, 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 tim. Tip, 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 tip. Kazuha's a bro. I do like the character. I just yeah. He's a dude, so therefore he has no place on any of my teams. But he is cool. He is a bro, and everything we've seen him in, he's been a bro. Total bro.
Oh? It's you.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation.
I was planning to do that anyway.
We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years.
Good, good.
The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
Alright.
Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Yeah, they're blacksmiths and such, so let's go over for people who don't know.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class.
Yep, there were a few. They all kind of fell into disrepair.
But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight, and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just.
And there's not a lot of the Kaidahara left, so yeah, kind of.
Considering
bad.
Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
Makes sense.
In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
Imagine probably not.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
See? He's a wanderer now. Wanderer by nature. Oh, just changed to daytime.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
Can we go check out those katana out there?
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Wow. Why are you throwing shade, Paimon? Why? Why are you throwing shade right now? No need for that.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
That actually makes sense though, because you wouldn't. That's not something you would ever expect. So, I mean, that's a believable rumor, even if it's not true.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Well, bro, glad you asked.
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Ooh, so you and Paimon recount the attack on the outskirts
Why would
of
such
town.
a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Could it be someone you trained with under the same master?
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Look like nice blades, though.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back! This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
Yeah, and worst of all, he had a normal model, which means he wasn't special at all. He's just a regular dude that needs to get his ass kicked.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Alright, makes sense.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Ooh, why are you looking at that dude? Camera.
The
Interesting.
detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
I go talk to
Let's
Ryuji?
see what
That
Ryuji has to say.
that Sango? Alright. You say so. Alright, that sucks. Alright. Lost the hockey game. Okay, I need 1 second here. Let me flip because I gotta. That sucks.
Commoners are forbidden from entry.
Alright. There we go. Yeah, we could just go to the waypoint, but I mean, is it gonna save us that much time? Maybe like 30 seconds? We can walk around a little bit and see, say hi to Yuzu. What's up, dog? And go by the tea house. What up? Then, see, there's the waypoint. We can also whack this thing a few times for some wood. I gotta switch back over to my wood getter artifact thing. Oh,
Hey there! We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
yeah, just this guy. What?
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest.
Why would you? You this is the first you're hearing of it.
Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
Ooh, look at that, identity theft.
Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Paimon, we have millions of mora.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara.
Alright, so no help so far?
But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Has a dude with a big ass sword with a shining, glowing, evil, ominous sword been looking?
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual?
'Cause I think this sword would be pretty identifiable.
The Tenryou Commission had very few leads. I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
Alright.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere.
Maybe we should like go back where you were and see if he shows up.
Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
It was pretty easy though. Is this your way of giving praise?
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me.
See, he's a good dude. Good dude, Kazuha.
For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaidehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
Bro, we know it came over you. You're the man.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though.
All right.
Let me tell you about it just in case.
Okay, so there must be a reason why you're telling me about
Sure.
this.
During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time.
Okay.
One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Definitely was a samurai.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy.
Right.
2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details.
Well, that's something.
I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Blacksmith versus blacksmith? That could be it.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Well, let's investigate both incidents at the same time.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Wait, you're gonna do something? That doesn't sound right. Likely we don't have to go very far for this too.
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Why wouldn't they, Paimon?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all
Kinda.
bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art.
Right, the Gokaden is the 5 blacksmiths then. 5 blacksmith families or swordsmith families or however they're putting it.
As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life.
Indeed.
As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
Ooh.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
Two dudes respecting each other. Kinda like that.
But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryou Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it. But I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryou Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
Okay.
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse. And neither of them came back.
A fire?
Yes. Strange, isn't it?
Very strange.
I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
It's a good question.
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up.
Makes sense.
He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality. He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Was this dude who attacked us?
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Well, he has now.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason.
Well, he had a very good reason. Had a dark aura.
But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced, or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Oh, we'll bring his body back to you.
Don't worry. You have our word.
He did not say dead or alive. He did not say alive. He did not specify alive. He'll be dead.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Well, we still need to get the info from the Nagato family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
All right, where are they? Okay, they're in the city. I wasn't 100% sure. Thought we may be going somewhere else. These guys still arguing? Kichi is a shit writer. Pisses me off when we get his commission. Oh, okay, it's over here. Oh, this house over here. Oh, I see. Nagato Sachiko. Okay.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Oh, one of these. Oh.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
We don't know shit.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
See, he's so calm and nice that he's gonna get all this information.
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
See, Paimon, when you're collecting stuff, you usually have to pay for it. Doesn't mean you're selling it. Just means you're buying or finding lots of stuff. Doesn't mean you're selling it. Doesn't mean he's making any money from it, man. Just means he's got a bunch of stuff.
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh? What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
See?
Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house.
Now it's starting to sound like we got ourselves a clue as to what's going on. He picked up an evil weapon, Yuya's using it, and attacked us. Perfect.
He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
The weapon did it.
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Damn.
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Obviously.
Actually, it didn't.
Oh, what?
Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell.
Interesting, interesting.
His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
It is important to set boundaries.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament.
Well, that's not true at all. He said it was working out, and then all of a sudden he did blew his load on a bunch of stuff.
And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me.
Blew his load because of the sword, apparently.
The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Oh. Yuya was the buyer.
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
This sword seems like bad news.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts.
Wait, doesn't he got like weapons and stuff? Aren't they metal? Wouldn't they not be burned up? Can't imagine if fire being that hot. I mean, what else has he got in there? I mean, some of that stuff is probably okay.
Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period. But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument.
Yep.
This situation is getting a little confusing.
Just a little bit.
A little confusing? More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Wait. I got a question. Whose shoes are outside? Are you hiding him? We didn't ask a question about that at all.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
That sounds about right.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and... Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility.
Very interesting.
Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles. Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter.
Yeah, they're in cahoots, man.
They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryou Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details. But it's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to reach an agreement.
The evil sword man.
One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict. Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire.
That's a good point.
The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attacker. I think that's where you're wrong, Lumine. I think that's where you're way wrong.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Well, maybe he was testing that blade on us and we kicked his ass.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Warehouse.
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
And they may be there waiting for us. That's my guess. Okay, where's the warehouse at? This one we'll warp to. We're not even to the warehouse.
Wait,
Uh-oh.
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Oh! This must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I know we can count on you.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound.
The dog.
It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
Or is there?
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in.
There's a guard coming, though.
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
Tarigami.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Slowly? Oh, you're forcing it to go slow. Okay.
So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place. But the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
It's not really a warehouse now. This is kind of a cellar.
Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Although I guess the rest of that maybe was the warehouse, so... Maybe was it built over a... Like a... Well, not Indian burial ground, but a... Inazuma burial ground?
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone would have noticed? No. No one notices much of anything in this world.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder.
Possible.
Amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
Possible. Possible.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That is dangerous, though. That's dangerous. We'll go.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
And is that dangerous for you to go by yourself?
You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Damn. I'm calling him out now. Indeed.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
I see. I see. 1 second. Let's switch out batteries. All right. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That was too scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us.
Oh, Paimon.
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Yep, we can't afford to delay any longer. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from.
Let's do it.
Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you, too, will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
No. Oh, we're going over here. Here. Oh. No, we're following the yellow. Oh, no, there's a mist that I did not notice. Okay. Follow the mist. Like that. Oh, it was over here. Oh, whoa, we just, like, saw something. Oh, Atsuko. Oh, we got stuck!
From this point, the trail appears to split into 2. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
2 parts, so would that correspond to Mr. Nagato and Amanoma Yuya?
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Sounds like a plan. They didn't split that far, though.
Look at all girls.
Where?
They're acting really strangely.
Where?
Something seems to be drawing their attention.
Oh, they're there.
Let's take a closer look.
Knock, knock, motherfuckers!
Shine down. Balloon.
Boom,
J- j-
boom, 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 boom. Oh, more? And we got something for y'all. Oh, I only got 2 of you, though. I was expecting to get more of you, quite honestly. I want to hit that dude. Oh, I thought I'd kill him. Thought he fell down.
Motion to compel.
There is no escape.
Don't. Oh, you're not dead. There you are. It's...
Ugh, look at this red stuff. What is it?
blood.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
I am Nagato. I was wounded by Amanoma Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Ah, it hurts. It hurts. But for some reason, I can't fall unconscious, so all I can do to distract from the pain is write. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them. I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was and how blind to my obsession. I must have been cursed. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together, and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
Bro, he's like literally, what, 100 feet, 200 feet from the town?
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
He got eaten.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Well, then we'll ask the Tenryou Commission to do a thorough search later. Because, yeah, that seems kind of callous there.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right. So let's get moving.
How did it come to this? It's not
I
in
wouldn't
his
be
nature.
surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them.
And see, it was all connected after all.
I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
Paimon, what did we just figure
I
out?
believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta fly out there. Oh, hey. Perfect. I appreciate this. Boom, boom. So I almost missed it. Oh. Whoopsie daisy. I like that they gave me quick easy way of getting there. It is very much appreciated.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Did he come?
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
Ooh, when he raises his voice, he sounds different. Here's the bro himself.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
See? Dark Aura Blade. We knew it.
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity.
Okay, looks like it's gonna be a beatdown. Let's do it.
The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter.
Yep.
Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams. As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
That you got your ass kicked?
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
Ass kicked in non-combat things.
He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
This is a bit crazy. Oh, and now it's raining and we're all gonna die.
In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
I think you're kind of overestimating yourself. Prize Ishin Blade.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home.
But if you're that old, how do you know Kazuha? Wouldn't you be asking for someone a lot older?
I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power. The might of Ishin art.
You're in luck. The Raiden Shogun is here.
So Amenome Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you possess when you finish using them?
Destroyed by some lightning. Awesome. That was pretty damn ridiculous.
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
Come back. Come back, Lumine. Why are you so far away? Before you get... Oh, you're gonna get hit by lightning again. You're gonna drown, aren't you?
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter.
I've been knocked off like a cliff or something and died in the middle of a conversation before, so it's not uncommon.
At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun.
Good luck.
Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Bro, you're about to die.
Shine down!
Incinerate!
Oh shoot, I was trying to switch. Boom! Oh, oh, what? Did that actually hit?
Motion to compel!
Damn it. What? Did you actually? Oh no, you didn't hit.
Illusion shattered!
Rewrite history!
I don't know shit, my man. Oh, I was just about to do this. I was gonna do this so I can kill up a little bit. You caught me slipping a little bit.
Rewrite history! Join me and sever that divine light!
Oh, you just got whooped though.
Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Bro, you just got beat twice, and you're still talking shit?
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more.
Sounds like something a loser would say.
Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then we will smash you into pieces.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
Even Paimon thinks that's stupid.
By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
I didn't even have to bring out the sword from the Raiden Shogun there. Just whoop the shit out of you with everything else.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Yeah, you psychoanalyze him.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade.
I like how the blade is just like, okay, we're done. I did get my ass kicked, and so, yeah. I'm not attacking anymore. I'm just gonna stand here and have a nice conversation.
If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Is Kazuha gonna do the badass thing, take the sword, and sword's gonna try to take him over, and Kazuha's gonna be like, eh, you're weak, bro.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface.
Yeah, I'm sure that dude knew a lot of Ishin art. Sounded like he kind of sucked, man.
In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past.
That's not the big got him that I was expecting.
I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner, now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped.
Got him!
After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Uh-oh, he's coming hard now. Kazuha's coming hard.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenoma Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Kazuha just said you suck.
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you.
See? He's calling you out.
You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth.
Damn, Kazuha's just killing this guy.
But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
Damn!
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life.
Oh, God. Oh, now the lecture is coming.
Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
Yes, his maker sucked too. That dude sucked. The blade sucks. Everything about this sucks.
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding.
Look, Kazuha even turned his back on you. He just totally disrespecting you, Blade. Totally.
How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Now he's got his eyes closed too. He totally does not fear you, Blade. And you totally proven him right.
Silence, you blabbering fool. I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream and the very purpose for which I was brought into being.
Prize Ishin Blade? More like bitch Ishin Blade.
I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
Or maybe prized bitch Blade.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality.
Bro, you've been hesitating the whole time. See?
It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path.
Oh god, he just about to get bitch slapped by Kazuha.
I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
Ooh.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Of course he is. Kazuha's much better than this guy.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
Okay.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is a risky strategy. You're dealing with a cursed blade that can possess people. He knows, and he knows he's stronger. Come on. Why are we acting like this? We know how this is gonna go. We know Kazuha's better. Kazuha's 50 times the person the dude's creator in the blade is. We know this. Why are we doubting?
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the blade's puppet. The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor.
Maybe.
The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenome Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
That's not true, Kazuha. You're obsessed with being a bro.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me.
Which means we have to beat his ass if that were to happen, which, you know, in the off chance that Kazuha somehow loses, he's still gonna lose to us.
We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
It's not like I can stop you. Well, don't know about that, but all right, fine.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Kazuha?
Kazuha?
I'm okay.
He's just fighting.
I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
Well, if something feels off, let me know immediately so we can start whooping some ass.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies.
Yep.
Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights.
Damn, he's just killing this blade. Like this whole conversation, he's just been totally shitting on this blade.
If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Jesus, he's just totally pissing on this guy all over the place.
Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Oh, I thought we were gonna have an actual fight.
All right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
He ain't going nowhere.
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
All right. Where are we going? We're just gonna warp there anyway. See, we're there. We already made it. I mean, I guess technically we did not, but not that far away. Dun, 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 dun. Like the beetle. Oops, that's not what I was trying to do, actually. Need to go up one more, okay. Oh, there's another one.
There is no escape.
Need some of that. Oh, well, we just take some of this out too. A little bit of wood.
Shine down.
A little of that too. A little more wood. Right? Ah, right here. Occupied hold. Okay. This was once a secret holding of the Takatsukasa clan. Which was taken over by Ronin after being abandoned. If you should meet any resistance on the way in, well, might as well check how much strength remains in this mystical or recommend elements, wind, which I believe we get Kazuha, so I'm not too worried about it. If not, then we'll leave and I'll go with the total waifu. Yeah. Oh, see, it don't matter anyway. Oh, look. Oh, well, we're not even. It doesn't really matter then.
day.
Wind Strider.
When are you guys gonna whip these guys? I mean, this is like totally like not fair. Oh, I just.
Finally, let's get down to business.
Oh, there's more. Okay, we can do this then.
Adorn my night.
Yeah, we got some fire in here too. Just totally whipping the shit out of everyone. Okay, that was a good Kazuha showcase.
Okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use.
So you're saying it's shit?
Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
Oh, there's some of that harmony coming in. All right. Actually, we're probably gonna run out of room of that kind of stuff pretty soon. Probably gonna have to do some stuff there. Oh, look, that guy's they're just laying there.
It's my lucky day.
Oh, did you actually get a hit on him? Oh, you're not dead? No, you're dead. Oh, there we go.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind Strider.
There we go. Pretty simple.
Something's up with the blade.
What's going on? It's grown dimmer?
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield.
Interesting.
He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amano Miyuya?
Should release him, right?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
He hasn't figured out that he's weak as hell? I feel bad. Kind of feel bad for him.
Time to go.
Are we fighting one-on-one now? Swirl, we just swirl that fire. We got more fire coming too. Oh. Nope. You're not hitting me with that shit.
Wind Strider.
I missed. Couldn't swirl as much as I was hoping.
Time to go.
One with nature.
Boom, there we go. A little fire too to go with it. How you like me now? How you like me now? I don't even need to use my burst. How about this? Bitch.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
What the hell were you watching, Paimon? I don't think there was any struggle whatsoever.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
Oh.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
Yeah, it does look like a piece of junk. The wear and tear is severe. It really looks like it's about to break.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Well, the truth is right there in front of him.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power.
Yep, that was pretty obvious.
But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
That's exactly what I was saying.
Here they are! Take them down!
Oh,
Where do they keep coming from?
you shouldn't fight with his blade anymore.
Yep. We can help this time.
I'm just gonna have.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Oh, Kazuha's pissed. Is he still here? Because if we are, then we're gonna do a little. Oh no, he's. We had our burst, and I was gonna use it to start, but.
Time to go.
Okay, you're gonna miss, and then I'm gonna come over here and whoop the shizzle out of you. You're still on fire, bro, and you're dead.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am.
Yep.
No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth.
That's because Kazuha is that man.
I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Damn, still. Kick him while he's down. Holy shit.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Perhaps? Perhaps?
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
Oh.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art.
He's speechless now after all that shit he was talking.
There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach.
Damn. They're really still coming hard. Kazuha comes hard.
The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
My God.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Well, his legacy was bitch, and you fulfilled it. You did your job.
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Damn.
Where
Savage.
are you going, Kazuha?
He ain't spending no more time with this guy.
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Damn. Savage. Kazuha goes hard like this entire time. Oh, we gotta talk to him. Okay.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Good job, Paimon.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods.
I mean, that's kind of sad. Why don't you say this shit to that guy? Might have helped, instead of just being savage.
All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith. That they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Well, Kazuha just corrected him.
Yes.
Hard.
Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey.
See, this is why you gotta come correct. The blade did not come correct and God's ass whooped.
He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Ame no Mayuya.
Good.
But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
Slow down, Paimon.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder.
Yep.
What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions.
I don't know if the fire is helping the scene or not.
You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. You must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Amano Yuya finally regains
I
consciousness.
see.
Party explains the situation to
He
him.
used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case,
Okay.
for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Alright, alright. Woo! And some treasure. Very good. Wait, there wasn't any more treasure, was there? Quick look. I don't see any. Wouldn't make sense that there would be any, but you never know. Alright, good enough. Good enough, good enough, good enough. Alright, where do you need to go? In the rain, too.
Illusion shattered.
This is gonna be something. I thought I got that, but all right. Could've probably gotten that chest already, but whatevs.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Crash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion, Paimon.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaidahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
All right.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Oh, we're fighting.
Wind Strider.
I thought we would not be fighting. I thought it would be a cutscene. Nice try.
Wind Strider.
Nice try. I almost walked into that one. Bro, go down. Bro, go down. Get near the water so we can, like, completely swirl you. Alright, we'll do it this way.
Adorn my night.
Oh, we took a hit. Oh, get back in here. Come back. Come back. There we go. Oh, we missed like half of the burst because of he ran away.
Wind Strider.
This isn't really crossing blades. Is kind of an ass whooping. Oh, and the Rain Shogun gets one in.
For the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of
Savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha.
We knew that.
I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes. I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy.
All right.
Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
I would think so, my god. My god, okay. Fly down. Dun, 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 dun.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Oh, are we gonna go talk to what was his name, Nakato's wife, and tell him that yeah, you're fucked. You tell Amenoma Togo about the various things that happened.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Oh, that's good.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live.
Oh, cool.
And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
God, he wants to try and kill everyone.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Does he want another ass whooping?
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Come on, Paimon, we trust him. I trust your judgment.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later.
I already know.
Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Alright, what's going on?
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, remain strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
We get it?
Rest in peace.
After leaving the smithy, you learn the blade's final words to Kazuha.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name.
Kagotsurube Ishin.
It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Don't forget how strong names are in a lot of cultures, in true names versus names from the outside. So that's why it's very important for... That's why the moment was very important for the sword to give his true name to Kazuha in its final moments.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead.
It's like it in a lot of Asian cultures, especially where you use the family name for a lot of things, and you reserve using given name amongst usually friends and family, you know, your closest people. It's the same kind of thing as you know, your true name is what gives people power. So you don't give it out and let people use it, you know, willy-nilly. You keep that to yourself and to your closest peeps, as it were. Same kind of deal.
Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
The remnants of defeated gods are nothing to scoff at.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
The hero complex.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
I'll hold you to your word, man.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he...
Yeah, okay, let's go. Guess we might as well finish this up. I mean, we've oh, actually, just we have a... I mean, it's only gonna be... I thought it was gonna be done like 10 minutes ago, but might as well finish it up.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Good.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please, take a look at this blade.
What's this?
He's gonna kill him.
Kagotsurube Ishin. A weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths. so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised.
Isn't that battle so we're technically over at this point? After everything has gone down? I'm not actually clear on that. Or maybe that's part of Kokomi's story that we need to do.
However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Of course. Yay, nice job. Not bad. Not bad at all.
You must have a whole bunch of questions after our last conversation with Nahida. Paimon was ready to ask her a million more questions, but didn't want to seem too pushy. Like, about these Descenders. So, does that just mean people like you who come traveling to Teyvat from someplace else? And as for your brother... Whew, so many questions. Let's go find Nahida and see what else we can find out.
I wonder why we had to do this in order to open up that the Archon quest.
Mr. Nagato's survival is the one silver lining in this whole catastrophe. We will continue to monitor his condition and hope he recovers soon.
Just seems like it wouldn't matter that much. Doesn't seem that important. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, she's not here. I was gonna see if I can talk to her and see if they're doing okay. But, oh well. Alright, cool. So we did it. And it's all good. So we will have Nahida's, the next part of the Archon quest. The interlude chapter 3 here. We'll start working on it tomorrow, I think. Sounds like a plan. So yeah, that'll be something to do tomorrow. I'll have to do my dailies and stuff beforehand and everything, so we can just concentrate on that. I mean, Jesus, took an hour and a half to get through, so hopefully the next one won't be as bad. But it'll be Friday night, so it should be fine. Yeah, so there we go. We did what we came to do. That was cool. Learn about Kazuha. It's always a good thing. Like I said, he's a bro. I don't have him, and not gonna be pulling for him. Like I said, we're waifu only account as much as possible, and in this case, we like I said, we don't have time to. We don't have primos to waste on husbandos when we have waifus to get. But yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick look here. Yep, our only 5-star male is Diluc, which we got out of the I think from losing 50/50s. Or did we get one out of the normal banner too, maybe? Whatever, but actually I'm gonna check now because I need to see the count. So yeah, because he's C1, so yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, we are. I'll have to go through a little bit of show my lineups, I guess, show what we have. Not the best because I only play so much, like I said, so I haven't done enough grinding to really get like talents and everything up. But you know, we're not terrible in this situation, so we can explore that a little bit tomorrow. And yeah, so yeah, thank you for hanging out for some weeb stuff, for some Genshin. Like I said, I've been playing for a long time, near launch actually, and just like I said, I never really had time to do stories and stuff anymore. So it's nice to get some time to actually push forward because I need to, like I said, I need to catch up. And especially with the Archon stuff and everything, so that I can be ready for the next stuff. If we can get to some more of the side stories as well, that would be good too. I should probably clear them out as much as possible. I know some of them should be pretty good. Looking forward to Yae Miko's, especially because it's supposed to be kind of interesting. And of course, Zhongli, who's the Geodaddy. There was a male character I would be tempted to build up. It would be him, but I'm not pulling for him, so I'm not going out of my way to pull for him. So yeah, that's unlikely to happen. So yeah, thank you all for hanging out. Really appreciate it. We will, like I said, be back tomorrow for some more Genshin. So come hang out with us then. Hit that follow button, hit the notification button, and all that good stuff. So exclamation point YouTube, get your YouTube page. It's got some VODs up now. We're gonna add up more stuff. We got Outer Worlds playthrough to go. Needs to go up. Haven't done it yet. Working on it. But then we'll have some stuff like this. We'll throw some like Genshin stuff up, maybe in a separate playlist as well. And yeah, so thank y'all. Thank you for hanging out, watching. If you go to the YouTube page, of course, like, comment, subscribe, share, look at stuff on the videos you happen to watch. Do appreciate that. And of course, there'll be links in the description of videos to the Twitch here and any other social media that we happen to pick up at some point. So yeah, hopefully y'all doing good. Stay good, stay safe, stay well, stay healthy, stay fresh. Stay fresh. Definitely stay fresh out there. We're almost there. Weekend's coming soon. Tomorrow's Friday, so stay fresh and be good. And I'll catch you all next time. Later.